Let's make sure we in position. Yes.
Music. Yeah. Y'all pay close attention to this, man. Pay close attention.
What's up? It's your girl Tosh. I'm not gonna say that there's gonna be a short little video because I find that every time I say, oh, this is gonna be a short video, it ends up being like 20 minutes. And I used to always have that thing where it's like I didn't want my videos to go over 10 minutes, but now it kind of just is what it is. And this is gonna be somewhat of a rant video, but also like, I don't know, I'm just gonna speak my mind about a lot of things. And recently I've been finding out that a lot of people that I know at my school watch my videos, which is a little creepy. It's a little creepy, but you guys are either gonna hate this video or you're gonna relate to this video. So I'm just putting disclaimer out there. I don't get that many comments, but just for like later in the future terms, people who will watch this video like a year from now and think that they want to say something smart, or they want to come at me as a person or say, oh, I think that my problems are a little bit bigger than theirs. That's not the case. So let's keep the comments positive. Thank you. And mostly I'm gonna be just ranting about the things that I hate about being a fashion major. One of the first things that like I really hate about art school or about being a fashion major in general is that like for some reason art school will really make you start to not be as confident in yourself depending on who you are or like what you do in a way. For me, before I came to Pratt, obviously it's no secret that I go to Pratt. Before I came to Pratt, I loved to draw, I loved to sew. I thought that I was like probably I didn't think that I was like the best artist, obviously, but I thought that my skills were pretty up there. You know, I went to an arts high school. All I did was like sketch all the time, and I'd paint a little bit, but not as much as I do now. And I would make clothes, and whatever I made, whether it be skirts, pillows, stuffed animals, people were just like, yes, girl, I see you doing what you do. OMG, like, whoa, I want to be like you. And it's like when you come to art school, all that is now not special. All of that is so normal. Everyone around you has like the same talents or better talents than you. And personally, when I came here, I didn't really know how to handle that because I didn't think that I would struggle as much as I did. I didn't think that like me not sketching for weeks at a time was a big deal until I came to school, and it's like all these kids do is freaking sit at their sketchbooks or sit at their sewing machines and bust stuff out. So probably one of the things that I first hated about art school is the self-esteem that it gave me, and the fact that teachers here definitely do have favorites. Like this is not oh, college, everyone is equal, everyone here is paying the same amount, everybody here is, first of all, everybody's situation is different, which we'll get on to later in the video. And second of all, everybody is just like, talents are different. Some talents are more natural, some people have to work at things a little bit more, and teachers pick up on the ones, or they favor the ones that for some reason just already have everything that we're supposed to be learning. And the thing that pisses me off is that we're supposed to be here to learn, but it's like the people that have that already know, quote unquote, know everything, get all like the special treatment. The people who have that like natural just talent, they put them on a pedestal in front of the whole class. And I had teachers tell me, like, I'll give you an example. Hopefully I'll be able to edit out most of my rambling, but I'll give you an example. Last semester I took digital illustration, and before I took digital illustration, I'm not one of those kids who had all the Photoshop programs on my computer. Like, this was probably like, I've touched Photoshop in high school, but not even like that, because I wasn't into computer sketching. I wasn't into editing photos and all the cool stuff that you can do on Photoshop and Illustrator and all of that. I didn't even know half of the stuff you can do on there, you could do on there before I came to Pratt. So when I had my digital illustration class, that was literally like the first time that I'm touching this equipment, the first time that I'm really getting involved. And I felt that like for where I am, for me, that I was learning at a fast pace, and I was like, wow, like I'm getting better than I was because I've never touched it before. And I had my teacher pull me aside and basically pull up another student's work and say, this is how you should do it. Do you see how good they are? Like, this is how you should be. And that brings me to another thing that I hate about art school, or maybe this is for like schools in general, but teachers don't take into account where you started. Like, teachers don't take into account like, oh, this person might have never sewn before, or, oh, this person might have never drawn in their life. Like, they expect you to be on the level of their favorites. They expect everyone to do amazing work, but I feel like as a teacher, it's your job to take into account where this person has started and say, wow, you've grown a lot. Like, compared to the stuff that you were doing, like, this for you, like, and your, like, everybody learns at a different pace. Everybody's different. And I feel like in art school, they don't really take that into account. Now, I won't say it's for all teachers, because I had a drape teacher freshman year that really, like, she knew that I was, like, struggling a little bit. And when it came around finals time, she didn't compare my work to other works that were great or might have been better than mine. She was like, you know what, for you, you came a long way. And I'm going to give you a round of applause for that, because you have really grown a lot this year. And I notice it. Like, I notice the work you put in. I feel like lately I've been putting in so much work and so much time, and more than ever, and I feel like I'm not really getting anything back. And I feel like mainly it's because teachers expect me to be on a certain level of other people around me when everybody is at a different point. And it's just, I don't want to say it's like not fair, but it's not fair, like, for lack of a better word. It's just like, you can't compare my talents to other people's talents when we're all different. Another thing that I hate, there are some people here that live to be shady. Like, live. Like, people here will tell you, like, say if I make a dress. This dress is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in the world. And I know it. I know it. So I don't need anybody else to tell me it's ugly. Or I don't need anybody else to try to play nice and like talk it up when I know it's not there. And what a lot of these girls here especially do, they'll come up to your work and they'll be like, oh wow, you know, blah blah blah, OMG, can I touch it? Oh, I see what you did here. This is okay, this is cute, this is that, knowing dang well that dress looked like, I don't want to say the bottom of my foot, but like that, it looks like a foot, some random hobo foot, knowing dang well they don't like that dress. And in my head, it's like, if I don't like something, I'm not going to be fake about it. Like, I'm just not going to comment. Like, if I've never commented on your things, or if I just said, oh, okay, I don't like it. And I don't like to spread negative energy, so I'm not going to tell you I don't like it. I'm just not going to say anything. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And a lot of other things that these girls here seem to like feel in their soul is that, because, you know what, I'm gonna have to backtrack a little bit because I don't want to get confusing. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but a lot of these girls, because most of my classes are with girls, feel as though because their work is seen as good or seen as one of the best, they can comment on your things like they're a teacher, like they're a professor, like they know everything. They'll be like, oh, well, I feel like you should definitely do it more like this, or I would like it if you did it more like that. And yeah, that's all fine and dandy if I like ask for your opinion, but if you're just walking up to me when I'm clearly not even done yet, or when I'm clearly trying to work something out and you give me an unwanted opinion, why you doing that? Why you doing that? Because I didn't ask. Oh, Samantha, what do you think? Like, can you tell me how to do this? Even though like I'm already can you comment on this and like be the biggest critic out of this? Can you come to? I never said that. I never wanted that. I didn't ask you for that. I don't care for that. And it really bothers me when people insert themselves in things when they're not wanted, or when people have started from the bottom, when people's stuff was just as bad as my stuff, and now that they're at the top, they think they can comment on things around them and talk crap about people and say, oh, I don't really like that because this and that and the third, and just be really petty and catty when you started from the bottom too. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget where you came from, because just because now you're starting to be at the top of the pack and your stuff is looking a little cute, don't forget where you came from, because just as fast as you're on top is just as fast as you can get right back on the bottom. And for me, I just feel like even if I was one of those people, that I'm pretty sure I'm not seen as like one of the best here. I've never thought that. I would never think that. But I'm saying, even if I were to somewhat feel as though I'm at the top, or be credited for my stuff to be good, it's just not in me to be like, oh yeah, I'm untouchable. Like, and that's what a lot of these people here are like. A lot of these people feel like they're untouchable, or they feel like they do more work than others, and they complain about how much work they have to do, and then they look at you and they're like, oh, but you're doing something easy, so you shouldn't be here till like 6 a.m. Like, I have 155 things to sew together and blah blah blah. It's like, so what? So what? Like, sometimes I just be taking it all in, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, okay, but like at the end of the day, aren't we all in the same school? Aren't we all in the same classes? So to the outside world, we are all seen on the same level, okay? Okay, like, it was never that deep. It was never that deep. It's just like, it was such an adjustment to come here and be surrounded by so many girls, and like the pettiness and the catty. And yes, most of us are friends. You know, I feel like I have a good bunch. You know, we're definitely all close in a way, because the way our work is set up is a little bit different. Like, we all are seeing each other all the time, so there's gonna be times where people are gonna be a little bit more catty than other times. But I'm just asking, don't get so much of a big head, because just as fast as you got it is just as fast as you can lose it, okay? So yeah, that I don't even like. This is why I'm not numbering the things that I hate, because I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place, okay? Like, I'm not numbering it, but that whole thing that I just blurred out is one of the things that I really hate sometimes about being a fashion major, especially because everybody wants to be a critic. Everybody feels as though their opinion is more important than the next person's, and I just don't agree with that. And sometimes I just be quiet. Be quiet. Y'all, I'm gonna wrap this video up. The last thing that I'm gonna talk about that I hate about our college, or just schools in general, but this one mainly is definitely for like an art school, is the fact that we have to constantly find something to be inspired by. We have to constantly figure out a way to produce, and after a while it makes you start to not like what you do. I know so many girls that have dropped out of fashion or switched their major because they don't like what they do anymore. Fashion used to be something that was fun to them. Sewing used to be something that was fun to them, that they did as a hobby, that they did because they like it and they like the outcome, and people love their stuff and people praise them and this and that, and da 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 da. It does make you stronger when people don't like every single last thing that you do. But to find ways to constantly be inspired and constantly put your heart out there, or be proud of something, or be invested in every last project that you do. We get a lot of projects in art school, like a lot, and we have to constantly find, oh, what's your concept? What's your inspiration? Why do you like this? Why did you do that? It's hard to always have an answer for everything, especially when you're a person that just does something just because you like the way it looks. You know, sometimes there's not a story behind every single last thing, and personally, that's one of the things that I struggle with, is finding inspiration or finding the reasons for why I do things. But I know at the end of the day, hopefully it's going to make me a stronger person for knowing why I do things, and it'll help me figure out ways to produce, but it also makes you feel like a machine. So I don't know, it's a love-hate thing there, mostly hate, because it's just really hard to constantly be on the ball and constantly be rolling and just filling things out. And I don't know, that's just one of the things that I really do hate about art school, is always having to produce something that not even you like. Sometimes it's not even about if you like it, it's about if the teacher likes it, if the company likes it, or if the staff likes it, stuff like that, which is similar in the real world. Like, you're producing things that are gonna sell, not necessarily things that you like, but in a perfect world, hopefully you're selling and people are buying the things that you enjoy to do and that you enjoy to make. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment if you can relate to any of those things. I probably will have to like do a part 2 to clear some things up, because I don't know how this video is gonna turn out. I don't know if people are gonna understand what I'm saying, but hopefully you guys do. Thank you for watching. I have a few videos in the works. I will be posting, if you know who she is, which you should, I will be posting a Kehlani video in honor of me seeing her in concert April 1st. So I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be a listening video, like me listening to her album and just talking about her music and stuff like that. So yes, her album came out about a month ago, but it's in honor of me seeing her in about a month. So that's why I'm going to be posting that Kehlani video. Just a little disclaimer, I have a story time coming for you guys. It's pretty long, so you're going to need chips and snacks. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Love, peace, and hair grease, guys. I will catch you in my next video. Bye!